Welcome back to the 30th Pan-Pacific Conference. One of the sessions that just ended was on the challenges of modern organizations. And I have here with me Professor Chong Kim from the Seoul-Bridge International School of Business in South Korea. Thank you very much for joining us.
I'm glad to be here.
So you were chairing this last session where there were 4 other speakers. Can you tell me in general what some of the issues were that came up in this session and what some of the topics were that were talked about?
Okay, first, then we had among the 4 presenters, including mine. So easy to talk of mine. When the rest of the 3 other things, then I'm not aware
I'm
of
sure yours was
all
the
details.
most interesting.
Then some of the other papers including how intention to quit will influence the really turnover for the organization. That's a very important topic. And then the other one is how music is related to organization.
Interesting subject.
That's a very unique one. I never heard any music is related to organization effectiveness. And then he has reviewed all the different statements from musicians in the 18th centuries, 19th centuries, and how they effectively relate to organization and structure effectiveness.
Right.
So that was an interesting one to see. And then the other one is like I said, how intention to quit, perceived intention to quit, actually how that relates to the turnover. Okay, and then the third one is Karen Late. I do not know how to pronounce late. That's your pronunciation.
Late pretty much sounds right.
Yeah, that was the very interesting way to learn how to pronounce than the American English or the South African English,
Yeah.
with different ways. Now, as you see from this title, control and then the trust, high performance, virtual organization means somebody who coming to organization to work only once a week.
Right.
And then you stay in the home.
Right.
And then her finding was the trust between manager and employees is very important in virtual setting of organization.
Right.
And then even though we don't see each other, and if you do not trust, your performance is not going to be really great. And then also supervise and control will be more difficult. So first you got to establish a good trust first. And then you can have a virtual organization setting.
Right.
Okay, mine, I can elaborate in 2 hours. Okay, my kind of following the philosophy of there are 3 kinds of people in a work setting. Okay, you can be one of the 3 kinds of persons. First is necessity, which is a very needed person who contribute great deal to without the person it's hard to run the place. That's what I call necessity. Commoners who doesn't make that much difference whether you are there or not, contribute some, but just hanging there until you just quit or retire. The types of person I call the parasite, who's supposed to be not there. So we really hate to have that kind of person around our job. But try to see what kind of characteristics of a trait or behavior necessity would have.
Right.
And what kind of the parasite would have. Such as through my research, I've been doing this for about 14 years. I had a lot of collaborative people who collect the data from United States, about 3 sets of data, and then Chile 2 sets, Korea 1 set, Japan 1 set, and India 1 set. So I have from the 5 different countries.
Right.
I've collected all the data.
Right.
And then the necessity is supposed to be hardworking person, very reliable person, and then who is very friendly, and then highly motivated to work hard, and then who also have knowledgeable in their work.
Yeah.
And then who can communicate very well. That kind of characteristic being identified, being a necessity. So my research tries to show if somebody who has that kind of characteristics, the manager can hire.
Right.
Then they can perform much better.
Right.
And then we try to avoid the parasites. The person is lazy,
Yeah.
troublemaker, unreliable, unmotivated, immoral, incompetent type person. That's kind of research identify being the parasites. So that's what my research is all about.
Right. Very interesting. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Professor Kim. Stay tuned for more coverage on the 30th Pan-Pacific Conference.